Yo, what's going on? What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black, of course. Shout out to everybody that's here. I know I haven't done a live show since New Year's? Well, I'm back again to talk about this particular topic and maybe some other things too. All right. And for those of you who don't know what I'm speaking about, it's this article I came across. Dr. Dre's estranged wife here's $2 million in temporary support, but you have to pay the lawyers. So this is what I'm going to be speaking about. This is what she's always wanted. She wanted $2 million a month in support. And it just so happens after he has this brain aneurysm. And I did a video on it. Now all of a sudden, he's willing to give her what she wants. Do anybody believe in coincidences? But we gonna get into it. So make sure that y'all like the stream. What's going on, people? Hopefully all of you are doing good. You're feeling good. It's been a crazy 24 hours. I know it has. And I want y'all to understand that everything isn't as doom and gloom as you think. You have to understand that people want things to go back to the way it was 8 years ago. And yesterday was a culmination of that. His house was robbed too. Well, it's in the article. He don't need to physically. Listen, I'm gonna get to the article since people want to think I'm lying. I don't lie about anything. This is factual. Let me put this article back up. This is factual. The fuck I gotta lie about? As a matter of fact, I'll put the link in the description so y'all can check it out. But I'm going to get to my monologue. Shout out to William with the super chat. Appreciate it, man. What I got to lie about? They said he robbed his house too. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of coincidences. There's a lot of coincidences. And we're going to get into this. We're going to get into Nicole. We're going to get into her lawyers. We're going to get into the fact that when somebody's in bad health, who do they have to comfort them? It's their immediate family. His wife, his ex-wife, is his immediate family. And I'm sure they played up to it, you know. Or attempted burglary, okay. Shout out to Yeet. And shout out to Ricky E245. I don't know why the notifications ain't working. What's going on with these notifications on this chat? It's crazy. You know? But yes, definitely we're going to get into this because I feel like when men are stressed, older men, because, you know, the dude is in his mid-50s, he may be in good shape, but men cannot deal with too much stress. They can't. They can't deal with too much stress. 4 guys were arrested, okay. But yeah, make sure y'all like the stream. Let's see who's here. Let me get your shout outs. Yeah, email it to me, Mellow Bird. Let's see who's here. Christopher, True, I'm him, Cooley, Jakari, BK Don, see Mellow Bird, Yeet, Sydney, Vern85, True. Rodney, Amani, Pop, Charm, Sovereign, Terrell. See Ricky, Two Fire Kid, Gerald, Like Old Times, Terrell, Wanda, Soupbone.
This
Josh.
woman mentally and physically wore this man down just for half. They turn into the worst enemy when divorce is in play.
Thanks, AJ. Yes, she did, man. She was bringing out side chicks and all. Abby, DeAndrea, see Brian, Hattie, Jess, Lee, R. Smith, Devon, Sweet Angel, Beats, the Beats by Ash, TW, what's up? Can't get right. Edward Anderson, what's up? WKD, Khalil, Divine, Malik, Miss Tech, Not Fancy, what's up? Def, Red, Merc, Tamara, Matthew, Dwayne, Rennie, Nostalgic, Shane, Be Easy, Twilight, Michael Allstrong, Juggy, Red Sox fan, Raheem, Steven, Lando, Sean, George. Make sure y'all like the stream again too as you come in. Robert, Derek, Mike, G. Yo, we're going to get into Dr. Dre. But I want to say this first. Devon, shout out to you, Jay. I can see you want to capture some men's rights. Appreciate it, man. Nagar. Enlightened Hunter, what's going on? Yeah, shout out to everybody that's become members, who may have become members when I wasn't live. I appreciate it, though. I would, like, if you become a member of the channel, we have a members only tab, right? Go to the members only tab, go to one of the posts, and just say, hey, I've signed up, Jay. Or you can send me an email, you know. But whoever is advising Dr. Dre is giving him very bad advice, okay? Because, again, yeah, we doing roll call. We always do that. Shout out to everybody. Dr. Dre is not getting the best, financial advice, because what's going to happen is that it's going to turn from getting $2 million temporarily to $2 million permanently.
Dre need me as his lawyer. I am making sure that the Zoe ain't getting nothing but what's in that prenup. Nothing in my Bernie Mac voice.
Exactly. She signed a prenup. Why are you giving her $2 million a month temporarily? That temporary support could linger and linger and linger. Were you gonna just stop giving her that after you done made an agreement to give her that? Now he's in the article. I'm gonna get to the article. It says that she's gonna have to pay the attorneys, and it's like, yeah, she's getting paid $2 million a year. Of course, she's gonna be able to pay the lawyers. It's called negotiation. She got the money she wanted, but she's willing to pay her lawyers. The lawyers gonna eat. The lawyers are gonna eat regardless. You know what I'm saying? The lawyers gonna eat regardless. But I want to say this though. I want to put people at ease, because there's a lot of people who are tensed up, and I want y'all to understand that at the end of the day, will anything really change on the political landscape? Will anything really change? The same people who were in Washington 5 years ago, 10 years ago, are still there. They're still there doing a whole bunch of nothing, and they will continue to do a whole bunch of nothing. But I will tell you this though. We know who the snakes in the grass are and who isn't. And y'all already know what to do. When it comes to support and voting and caping, you already know what to do.
She should leave what she came with.
Appreciate that mistake. Absolutely, but she's not, because, well, I will tell you this, though. She was with him for a long time. I would have set aside some money for her got her, gave her one of the houses, make sure she had a car, make sure, she got on her feet. But as far as giving her $2 million a year, plus she's gonna want a big settlement. She wants half. Y'all gotta understand. She wants half of his entire fortune. $2 million a month is just a start. She wants half of that, right? But I want y'all to understand. Will anything at the end of the day really change politically? The same people who are there now were there 5-10 years ago doing nothing, doing a whole bunch of nothing. And I saw something from Ted Cruz. He was going at it with crazy AOC. And he was saying how he's not going anywhere. He's gonna be there to stop her from passing the Green New Deal. Y'all got to understand, these people have made all types of backroom deals, okay? And they want the status quo. So nothing extreme is gonna happen. I wish people would stop believing that shit. Politics is as Mitch McConnell will say, it's a long game. It's a long game. Life is a long game. Biden is he's a moderate Democrat.
Respectfully, I hope Dre is in good health. The money was for her to go away so he can live.
Right.
With less stress, she is selfish.
Yeah. Absolutely, Capital. Appreciate it. So understand this. Things are going to be the same today as it was 4 years ago, 8 years ago, even 12 years ago. But in the next 2 years, next 2 years and next 4 years, you already know what to do. All right? You already know what to do. But let's get into this. D-Mecca, what's up? Make sure y'all like the stream. All right? All right. Let's get into this very messy situation that has occurred. Dr. Dre, as y'all see here, according to TMZ, he's going to give her that $2 million a month. As if Dr. Dre's week wasn't rough enough, he agreed to pay his estranged wife $2 million in temporary spousal support. But he's not coughing up the $5 million she wants for her divorce attorneys. The music mogul and Nicole Young struck the deal that calls for Dre to write a one-time check for $2 million. That's all he'll pay, at least until the next divorce hearing in April. Now it will be up to Nicole to decide how much of that money she forks over to her attorneys. As reported, Nicole
so you telling me all this time
was
she
demanding
was
$2 million per month
use
plus
that
another
to her
$5 million
and
in
start a
attorney's fees.
business.
Source says we'll
Girl,
continue
bye.
to cover. Appreciate that, man. Let's see. Reported. We'll continue to cover Nicole's living expenses at her Malibu pad as well as her mother's Pacific Palisades home for the next several months. However, they will not cover Nicole's security costs. She will have to pay that from the $2 million. Nicole and Dre and Young's lawyer struck the deal in court, but we're told Dre had to sign the agreement from his bed at Cedars Sinai. Remember, he's been dishing out $293,000 a month in temporary support. Now he can focus on his recovery. This dude was in his hospital bed. He was in his hospital bed and he was signing paperwork. That's crazy. That's crazy. He was in his hospital bed and he's signing paperwork. This dude had a brain aneurysm and he's signing paperwork. This is the post on Instagram here. Thanks to my family, friends, and fans for their interest and well wishes. I'm doing great and getting excellent care from my medical team. I will be out of the hospital and back home soon. Shout out to the great medical professionals at Cedars. One love. TMZ broke the story that Dre suffered the brain aneurysm earlier this week and he was rushed by ambulance to Cedars Sinai Medical Center in LA. He was taken directly to ICU. Dre later thanked his fans for their support and says he's doing great and getting excellent care. Yeah, man. She didn't care this dude was laying up in the bed. She like, sign that paperwork. Sign that paperwork. We know you in the hospital, but sign that paperwork. We need you to sign that now. We don't want you to wait till you get out of the hospital. We want you to sign that now. This is the type of low down things that be going on in these divorces, especially this one. Because this is a woman who you can tell she wants that money and she's willing to go to deep depths in order to get what she feels like she deserves. She feels like she deserves that money, and I'm not going to say she doesn't really care whether he's in the hospital, but come on, man. Do you know how crazy that is? You just had the aneurysm. You're in the hospital. You don't know what's going on. And the next thing you know, you're being given paperwork to sign. Like, what in the world? Like, really, what's going on here? It just shows you, man, a lot of times in these divorces, you have women who are all about cashing that check, getting paid, living a certain lifestyle. It's clear that Nicole don't want to do anything else. She just wants to live off of what he's made. And people like to make this excuse about, well, she raised the children. Well, the children are grown, basically. But they out the house. They don't know. So what else is she doing? It's almost like she feels like she wasted her life and she needs to get compensation for it. And that's what goes on. These women want to be compensated for the amount of years that they were married to a higher valued man. It don't matter if they with a low valued man, a medium valued man, or a higher valued man. They gonna want their compensation.
Dre's ex-wife is an opportunist that preys on the vulnerable.
Thanks, Abby. Well, him sitting up in that bed signing that paperwork, that's not good, man. But she wanted to get paid by any means. And because he was in a vulnerable situation, listen, I'm sure his medical team has told him, listen, Dre, you gotta stay out of the BS, bro. You gotta stop going back and forth with your ex-wife. She's putting out dirt on you. She's dragging your name through the mud. She's saying that you put hands on her. She's saying that you had all these side chicks. What else is she gonna put out there? And she was probably gonna put more stuff out there. It was already revealed that he had a bunch of Apple stock. Like, she's willing to go through whatever means she can to get the money she wants. But at the end of the day, will that money make her happy? Because for her to be doing this lets me know she's a very unhappy person. And she knows she'll never be able to marry another man like Dre if that's what she wants. Maybe she wants to be single. So obviously something must have triggered. And it probably was a culmination of things. A guy who's relatively healthy must have triggered him to having his aneurysm. It could be what's already going on in the divorce. It could be the fact that he didn't know what else she was going to plan to do, what other dirt she was going to put out there, what else she was going to dig up about his financials. This is ruthless stuff, man. But for somebody who for so long was taken care of, you know how many women are clamoring to be with a guy who can take care of them while they're married? And be in your situation, even though you claim he put hands on you. But you're getting out of this situation and you're looking to be compensated for being in that situation. Like, you looking to be compensated for being in a relationship where you were taken care of financially? That's crazy to me. You feel like you're owed something for being... It's not like she was in a situation where she was destitute. She was taken care of. And when you look at the situation from Dre's standpoint, right? He's very vulnerable right now. Something else could trigger something else. Like, he wants to be stress free. And I believe that he made a deal in the short term for her to not put out more dirt about him and to deal with the divorce privately. So she basically was very messy on purpose. She was very messy on purpose just so she can get more money out of him. This is what she did. Because he may have had some issues health-wise that we didn't even know about in regards to stress. And maybe she knew that and knew that if she kept up the pressure on him, that eventually he would buckle. In the short term, yeah, it looks like he buckled. But maybe in the long term, he's saying, listen, I'll give her what she wants in the short term. But in the long term, she's not getting half of anything. But this is sad. You were with this man for a long time. And the fact that you went the route that you're going because you feel like you're owed half of his money. You're not owed half of his money. You're upset because you found out he still had that prenup. And when she found out that Dre still had that prenup, she went crazy. When she found out he still had that prenup, she went nuts. And that's why, in regards to men and stress, man, we have to manage it very well. But a lot of times, if you've been with a woman for a long time and you divorce her and you're going through this, there's really no blueprint on how to deal with this if you're with somebody who is willing to go and do anything in order to win or win something. There's really no blueprint for that. And maybe he thought that this situation would be handled sooner. But the longer she drags it out, the more stressful it is going to become. This is a woman who, once again, feels like she's owed something.
I know she's mad, but it's not Dre's fault.
Appreciate that, O'Shea. Shout out to O'Shea. And people look at a lot of these celebrity marriages and divorces, and they'll say, well, they're rich people problems. Well, those rich people are human beings. And because those rich people are human beings, they deal with situations just like everybody else. They're human beings. They wake up, they go to sleep just like everybody else. And I notice how you have certain people that will say, well, they're rich. They're in the Illuminati. They're into all types of worships of this and that. And what people got to understand is at the end of the day, they're still human beings. They're still human beings. They're still human beings at the end of the day. And they deal with the same stresses that any man who isn't rich will deal with if he's going through a breakup or a divorce. Yeah, they have the money and the resources to move on faster, but if you're worth $1 billion and of money that you made, and your wife is trying to get half, not only is she trying to get half, she says she wants $2 million a month in temporary support, and she's throwing out all your dirt, all the women that you done been with outside the marriage. How she knew this, I have no idea. She's bringing up your financial situation, talking about how all this Apple stock you own, how much money you spent in 3 years, like really putting it all out there.
O'Shea Duke Jason back at it again, raising hands, dark skin tone.
Reset that side. Now, I don't know how this is going to play out, but for the sake of his health, it needs to work itself out relatively soon. It's 2020. It's a new year. Ain't that what these chicks saying? It's a new year. It's a new me, whatever that means. Whatever a new year and a new me means. You know, we all trying to figure out what a new year means for you. Are you mean you're gonna change? Or are you gonna finally get a man after it's been eluding you for so long? What does a new year, new me means? You know. But too many of these guys are getting stressed out, and I just people say this. They like, well, Jay, you make these videos about these celebrities. You know, they're rich. You know, they're a part of this cult. You know, and they try to make these people seem like they're superhuman. That's the problem. These celebrities are not superhuman. They're just like you and me, just got a bigger bank account. All right, may have taken more expensive trips. Some of these guys have smashed way more attractive women, but at the end of the day, they're still human beings, and they deal with the same stresses that we deal with. And it's magnified when your whole fortune is at stake. You know, Dr. Dre, even though he has that prenup, his whole fortune is at stake. At least half of it is at stake. Because who says that she gets what she wants and doesn't come back? She's gonna come back again. She's gonna come back again. Because that's what these particular females do. It's just like with Michael Strahan's ex-wife. He paid this. Not only was he paying this woman, you know, I believe child support. He was paying her out of the child support, spousal support every month, right? He gave her a big, huge payout, and then years later, she wants to go back to court for more money. And it's like, oh, so you see, Michael is making money now. Michael is making more money. He making more money now than he was a player in the NFL. So she like, oh, okay, so he's single. He's living in New York City. You know, he's making a lot of money. Let me go rain on his parade. And that's what happens, man. When these women are unhappy, yeah, they got paid off, but they got bad spending habits. They probably buying a bunch of liquor and antidepressant medication, probably some cocaine. And they are going about life thinking that there's going to be another guy that comes, and that never happens. And they're miserable and they're hurt, and they want to go back to the well because their life sucks. They want to go back to the well because their life sucks. A lot of these women are mentally unstable and highly depressed. And listen, I have no doubt that Dr. Dre has many resources at his disposal. This is how he was able to not only maintain the prenup, but to fend her off as long as he has. But the one thing that we cannot plan for is our health. And when you have a guy who's 55 years old, even though he's in good shape, having these issues.
As one of the captains of the men's rights movement, I can confidently say that we as men need to come together now, or else we can suffer the same way.
Appreciate that, Devon. Absolutely. I do think we come together. But the thing is about coming together is that you're going to have males who have the mentality of women, right? And they think that their bullshit ideology means that they should be leaders, and I would never want to follow some of these males, and they get in their feelings about that, and they want to turn on men. So you got to deal with that. You got to deal with these males that think they're leaders, and they're not. They're followers. They follow behind dysfunctional women who do nothing but chase after the wrong men, and then once that situation folds and falls apart, and they're miserable and they're angry, they just lash out. And I've seen it with these males. These males are lashing out. They're lashing out like women. So when it comes to coming together, we need like-minded people to come together. Because to me, a lot of these guys are night and day. They're very two-faced and they're very night and day, and you never know where they fall, And they're quick to turn on you, especially when it comes to women. when a woman is involved, a lot of these guys will lose their minds, man.
The wife you love now can take down your empire in seconds and won't regret it. Even if it means driving you to the grave. Remember that, gentlemen.
Thanks, Yeet. That's why, again, we need to stay stress-free and avoid certain situations. But again, he was with this woman since what, the mid-90s? You can't game plan for that. He was with this woman before social media. He was with this woman in the 90s. He chose to marry this woman, but at the end of the day, you cannot choose how this person reacts in a breakup and how vicious and greedy they are. I have seen some of these divorces where a couple will break up and the woman will walk away quietly. The reason why Nicole is not walking away, even though she's being very, very well taken care of. I mean, you getting $200,000 a month. I mean, are you serious? Do you know how many women will do anything to get $200,000 a month? Blake Griffin's ex wanted $200,000 a month, and people were looking at her like she crazy. But she's literally getting over $200,000 a month, almost $300,000 a month, and that's not enough. That lets you know this is a woman who may not have ever loved Dr. Dre. Even though they have children, she may not have ever loved this guy. This is how viciously she's going after him for money. This is a woman who knows she's not going to be able to find another like
These
him.
Andrew Gillum person coat wearing male's nauseated face.
Thanks. Well, I will say, yeah, you do got some of these guys that perpetrate like they are this way, then they are really this way. They really on the limp wrist squad, But she's getting almost $300,000 a month. That ain't enough for one person. This lets you know this woman is she's been done with Dr. Dre for years. She really thought she was gonna leave this marriage and get half, and when that didn't work, she turned to alternative means, which means going on leaking stuff to social media and trying to make this man look bad, claiming he cheating on her, he's abusive to her, all these different cards, and none of them worked. The only thing that could not be game planned for was health. You got a guy in his mid-50s. He's in shape, but again, we don't know his medical history. All right. He's laying up in the hospital and she's sending, the lawyers are sending paperwork. The lawyers are sending paperwork. Where is the love for this black man? Or was it ever there? Was it ever there? Drake could have been married to a woman for years, for decades, that never really gave a shit about him. That is the situation that could be occurring in this here. I've seen situations where the wife, she walks away quietly. She gets a settlement. She may get some property. She good. She good. But this woman clearly is on a campaign to squeeze as much money out of Dr. Dre as possible because she feels like she deserves it. Well, I'm sorry. You don't deserve half his money. And if I was Dr. Dre and I was sitting up in that hospital, I would have told him, don't you give me no paperwork. And I say, any paperwork sent to this hospital, I want you to trash it. I'm not signing nothing while I'm laying up in this hospital. Period. I'm not signing no paperwork while I'm laying up. Are you crazy? I'm trying to make sure I'm healthy so this doesn't happen again. She's more concerned about winning. She's more concerned about winning in the divorce than she is about moving on with her life. Because she knows Dre is going to continue to make money and do better after her. Listen, the reason why Jeff Bezos gave his wife half is because he knew that within a couple years, he would double that. He knew that. So he was good saying, you know what? You was with me from all the way from the beginning. You know what? I'll give you half. Right? Because Jeff Bezos knows Amazon is a titan right now, and it is unstoppable. And he knew that he would make his money back relatively quickly, and he did. And he did. But in this situation, it took Dre years to build his fortune. Years.
Angela, you will celebrate this on Rumor Report Few.
Nice, man. Not saying that he cannot come. But giving somebody half of what $1 billion in net worth, that's a joke to me. That is a joke. Like, seriously. Like, what? Like, it's almost like she wants to lead the relationship with more than what he has. Why can't you just move on with your life? Or are you afraid you're not going to be able to do so? The only men she's going to be able to deal with are men who with her for her money. That's it. She's going to have to trick that money off on the men that she's dealing with. And I believe in her mind, she knows this. She knows this. Have y'all noticed that a lot of these women who divorce these athletes and rappers, they always single? They never truly can get back into a relationship or marriage. They always single, man. They always single. Do you think being in these messy divorces is going to play well in your future endeavors? No. And listen, I understand Dr. Dre is in a situation with his health. He does not want any compound problems. He's very vulnerable, but that was some savage shit. That was some savage shit to send that paperwork to that hospital. That was savage, man. Let's see. Shout out to Vernon with the 5 on the cash out. Appreciate that, man. That was savage, man. Shout out to Jess Lee. Appreciate that, Jess Lee. Listen, Dre, you don't have to pay her more than what you were going to pay her with that prenup. You really don't. Let her put out what she's going to put out. But this divorce is going to end eventually. And she's going to have to take what is being offered. But again, you can't game plan for your health, man. You just can't. You cannot game plan for health. She wants to lead the relationship like she won. And this was a woman that he was married to. This was your ex-wife, bro. For over 20 years. This was your wife. And she wants your life. It's good, Shantia. Make sure y'all like the stream. This is why, again, men with, not broke men, okay? Not broke men. This is why men with money and resources see absolutely no reason to get married. None. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them for saying, you know what, it ain't worth it. I don't want to have to go through this. Really don't. It seems like Dre is going to be all right. But financially, man, he's going to enrich a woman who wants to literally destroy him. This woman has done everything in her power. I don't know who her lawyers are. They must have a lot of influence over her, because again, she had a whole family with this guy. A whole family with him over 20 years. And she is doing, because Dre wasn't even saying anything disparagingly about her. He just pulled out the prenup And that's what set everything off, because this woman literally thought she was going to divorce him and she was going to get half of that fortune, and that did not happen. And ever since then, she has been on a campaign to destroy Dr. Dre. If Dr. Dre knows what's best for him, he needs to not only keep his distance, but he needs to find a way to legally keep her from trashing his name and putting out information about him. Again, I don't know who his lawyers are. They not doing a very good job, man. Because if I would have advised you not to sign nothing while you are probably high up on pills. You're laying up in that bed. Well, I'm saying high up on pills. You're high up on, medication. You don't need to be signing anything. But that's what happens when you're dealing with a woman who is scorned, when you're dealing with a woman who feels like she's losing, her back is against the wall. She's going to pull out all the stops in order to take what she thinks is hers. This woman is literally getting over $300,000 a month, and that's not enough. How is $300,000 a month temporarily ain't enough? You want $2 million. What you going to do with that money? Like, seriously, are you buying stocks? Are you buying land? Are you building companies? That'll be no, because you haven't done it yet. This is all about being able to take what he has built, to take from him his soul. That's what it's about. And she's using money to do it. And this is a woman he was married to for a long time, who seems to not care one iota about him publicly, just by all the things that she has done and alleged. She has alleged everything under the sun about Dre. Just about everything. Just about. Not everything. There was some other things that's probably going to happen down the road if she doesn't get what she wants. No telling what she's going to allege next. What do you plan on doing with that money? Are you going to be going on vacations, getting work done, which is probably what she wants? That's the first thing these chicks do when they get out these relationships. They go and get bigger tits and bigger fake assets, try to sexy themselves up for men they're going to have to trick money off on. That's what they're looking for. That's the next logical step. All that, and you still got to pay for it. Shout out to D. Presley. Appreciate that. Says, good live stream, bro. I'm not getting married. F that. Okay. I'm telling you, man, some of these chicks go and get all this work done and they still dating broke ass males. They still taking care of them. Some of your favorite IG models is out here paying their boyfriend to stay. He's a house husband or a house boyfriend. He babysitting. He might be cooking. Borrowing the car. That's who these chicks end up with when they leave guys like Dr. Dre. These women never level up after they deal with a Dr. Dre. They level down because they lucked up and that luck runs out. And what happens is when that luck runs out, they go right back to where they should be at with the lower valued males that they should be at. You know, a lot of these women need to understand, I don't care how you look. I don't care how you perceive yourself. I don't care how much free attention you're getting from these males. At the end of the day, you're going to always end up with the men that you're supposed to be with. And the delusion is real. And Nicole is very delusional, one, if she thinks she's going to get half of Dr. Dre's fortune. Okay. She won this round. Okay. With this $2 million. She won that round. But honestly, I think Dre is still willing to fight to keep from paying that half. And also I think she also wanted to own his name. She says she owns his name. She wants his soul. She wants Dr. Dre's soul. She talking about she owns his name. She wants his soul. She wants to control Dre even when he's no longer with her. This is the type of female this is. She probably gonna be complaining about how she can't find a good man. Look how you did your ex-husband. You got this dude in a hospital bed signing paperwork to give you more money. That's what you cared about. That's all you care about. You didn't care about his health. This is not a good look on. I would say it's a good look on his side because his health, but it's not a good look for her because you're out here playing games and trying to win instead of trying to. Well, I guess she doesn't care how the public perceives her, but you should, because public opinion matters to certain people. It sways your mental health. So if you got a guy like Dre who's dealing with health issues and the court of public opinion is on his side, he's going to be more willing to fight. If the court of public opinion is not on his side, he's going to be less likely to fight. Because that's a lot of these celebrities, man. They don't want to have to deal with scrutiny. They just can't handle it. And now you understand why. This woman was with Dre because of who he was. And now you see it. It's plain. It's plain as you can see it. That's how it's looking. That's how it's looking, man. But he says that he's doing better. Hopefully he is doing better. He can continue to fight because she wants to put him in a position to where he doesn't fight. And that's how they want all of us as men. They want all of us as men to be weak and to not fight back. That's what they want, They don't want us to fight back. They want us to be weak and cowardly. As you're seeing what's going on in this country. Only the weak, cowardly men or males are considered worthy.
She possibly had a plan since the 90s.
I could see that and just never left. She thought that he had torqued the prenup. She thought he torqued the prenup. But she stayed with him. And then when she felt like she could leave that relationship and get half, she did it. These chicks be planning, man. Like, they think long term on certain things. There's things they think short term about. There's things they think long term about. Look at Janet Jackson's marriage to the Arab. Not only did she stay in that relationship long enough to receive a very good settlement, but she also had a kid with him.
Dr. Dre needs to be single. No more relationships.
At least for a long time, DeAndre. At least for a long time. He needs to play the single role, man. No more relationships for Dre right now, man. What's going on is crazy. Make sure y'all continue to like the stream. All right, we in here. We in here live. But yeah, man, women in certain instances, man, they do think longer about how they, in certain situations. We as men, a lot of times, we don't think on that level at times, man, and it gets us caught up. It really does. It gets us caught up. Put the call-in number. Some of y'all want to call in. It's been a minute since I've taken calls from the chat fam. But again, the short-term paying the $2 million, I think to him, he thinks that it's a strategy. But again, who's your lawyers? Okay. Who's your lawyers? Did she have some more dirt she was going to put out there about Dre while he was down? He was going to kick him while he was down. That's the only thing I can think of as to why he would sign paperwork in the hospital. Like, why? Who's advising you? Who, is your team working with her team? Like, is this Washington? Is this the Senate and Congress all over again? Is this what we got? Do we have collusion going on? This is crazy, man. These lawyers, they want to make their money and go home. Because, you know, lawyers get paid either way. Lawyers get paid whether they win or lose. I'm pretty sure he has, you know, good team, but damn. Yo, what's going on?
What's up, Jay? Your boy Shy from the Bay Area. What's good?
Nothing much, man. What's up?
Yeah, man, this whole thing is sad, man. They took advantage of him while he was, you know, bedridden.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it kind of feel like one of those embarrassment rituals at the Hollywood scene.
I mean, it could. Again, he's not fighting back. He's not trying to put no muzzles on her, you know, legally. Just, you know, just tit for tat. Hey, she said this. Well, I'm gonna say this. You know, it's like, come on, man. Come on. You should have an A1 team to tell you how to maneuver, man. But, you know.
I know. I mean, Jimmy Iovine, that's one of his business partners. I mean, he's not. This kind of could affect him because of, you know, drug broke. Then he's loses money.
Mm-hmm.
I never also understood why women feel like they are entitled to your name. From a babyface ex-wife, Tracy Edmonds. She's with Deion Sanders, and she still has that dude's last name.
Lower moral
Eddie
character
Murphy and
value
Nicole
than a
Murphy.
low-rent escort.
I never understood that.
She feels entitled to something for faking the funk so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just, Dr. Dre, man, it's bigger than you, bro. Just like in that movie with Anthony Anderson and Morris Chestnut, when he said, bro, this whole thing is bigger than you. When Vivica A. Fox was playing games, you gotta do this for men everywhere, because all this will do is set a bad example, whether you're poor, middle class, or rich.
Right.
So that's really all I really have to say. So Come on, Dre, man. So wake up. You know, I can't even listen to the Chronic anymore until he gets this situated. So, you know, Dre, man up and fight back, man. This is your life.
Okay. All right, Shy. Well, thanks for the call, man.
No problem, Jay. Happy New Year, and let's get it.
All right, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, man. All right. Yo, you're live with Jay the Black. What's going on?
Yo, listen. Hopefully Dr. Dre is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he's in good health.
Mm-hmm.
But yo, man, this is a perfect classic example of why high-value men should never fucking get married. It is a bad contract. Bad contract. Listen, here's the thing. That woman never loved Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
I understand she wants her bread. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
But you mean to tell me that you're going to go so far to the point where this dude almost died?
Mm-hmm.
Almost died, man, and you still don't give a fuck. In my opinion, that just should go to show you that she never loved Dr. Dre. And all women are going to say, oh, well, he had side chicks. What the fuck did you expect? You're dealing with a hip-hop, damn near hip-hop billionaire. You didn't think other bitches was going to come around? Come on, you think a nigga's going to be loyal for 20 fucking years? How do we know she's not loyal?
Right.
How do we know she's not?
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So listen, here's the thing. Listen, I'm not saying cheating is right. I'm not making no excuses for Dr. Dre if he did cheat. But come on. Dr. Dre was a millionaire before she even met Nicole. He was a millionaire. She didn't bust her ass making them damn tracks. She didn't bust her ass about dealing with fucking Suge back in the day. And we all know how dangerous he was.
Yep.
She wasn't there for none of that. So she doesn't deserve all that fucking bread. Listen, a couple of $1,000 a month is good enough, man. She don't need $2 million.
Nope.
That's like, listen, she deserves something, but $2 million is ridiculous.
Yeah, it
but more of the story is, if Dr. Dre could rewind the clock, he would never got married. I promise you that.
Think about it now. He probably. Yeah. Think about it now. I know he regretting it.
Yeah, he regretting it, man. But you know what? This is a good, valuable lesson for the younger generation, man. When you making your money and you become successful, don't get fucking married. You can have kids, have a girlfriend, but that's as far as it's gonna go. Don't get fucking married. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what it does to a man. But you know, that's all I gotta say. You know, I ain't gonna try to hold you up too long, but that's all I gotta say. Don't get fucking married, fellas. It's a bad contract.
All right, man. Thanks for the call, man.
All right.
Peace. All right. Yo, you live. What's going on? Yo, what's going on, man?
Yeah, man. What I'm trying to say is that it's kind of messed up that she waited till he's in that bed, and he didn't call for her to come there and sign anything. She took it upon herself to come with her people to have him disorientated and signed something he probably thought was a paperwork for the hospital. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Dude probably have all types of stuff, man.
That sounds like some trickery right there. Or she used the white lady crying bull crap to make him feel like, oh, you almost died, please, or whatever. But I feel that I don't think she's gonna get that because anybody could say, man, he didn't know what was going on. He thought he was signing something else and da da da. You know, if his attorney wasn't there, who knows? You know. You know, so that's all I got to say on that, man. So she tripping right now. That's why you say you marry a sister, man.
Okay, man. All right, man. Thanks for the call, bro. All right.
All right, brother. Yep.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm seeing that sentiment. People saying you should marry a sister. Well, y'all should go to an interview Dr. Dre did about why he married who he married, man. It tells you everything you know about his mentality. Maybe it was then, but I don't think he married her for the right reasons. I'll just say that. You're live. What's going on?
Yeah, what up, Jay? Isn't it Weezy?
What's good on Weezy?
Man, chilling, bro. I got a different take on this Drake situation, man.
Okay.
I think this is like, I think all this comes to like the programming. Like growing up, you know, they tell you, oh man, you do this, become a high value man, and then the women gonna respect you and they're gonna stick it out with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Dre, man, he didn't got to that level of reach to success that a lot of people, a lot of men in general ain't gonna reach, and he still got, you know, his ex-wife trying to dog him out.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think we gotta start teaching young men and men in general to live your life for you, man, and stop trying to get to a certain level so you can quote unquote get the women that you want, because like you summed it up perfectly. A lot of these women already have their agenda, so why not just live your life? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And don't get shamed into why are you not in a serious relationship, why are you not married. Just tell them, you know, it just ain't worth it. Some of these guys are happier just being, you know, mostly by themselves. Not always by themselves, but mostly by themselves, you know.
Exactly. But with the divorce proceedings and stuff like that, what I would like to see, and like you said, his lawyers are not doing a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Because they should be able to handle the case while he's at a distance, just recovering and shit like that. And basically, Dre should be able to relay the message like, you know what, I'm not folding on anything. I don't want to give her this amount of money. Proceed to fight it. He can get a court order for her to stop speaking, you know, publicly about his name. They haven't tried to do that. Mm-hmm. It's like you said, it's things you can do to make this a better process. But then it's like, man, what it is, divorce court lawyers, they make so much money. They want it to be vested.
Oh yeah, they want to be long and drawn out. Yeah, they get paid. A lot of them getting paid by the hour. You know what I'm saying?
That's why
some of them on contract.
Yeah, that's why these guys who's going through divorce need to have a plan. They need to know what they want in these divorces, because these lawyers gonna purposely prolong it so they can make more money.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I wanted to say, man. Keep the stream up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Glad to have you back, Jay.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the call too. I am Weezy.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Sure thing, Weezy. Yeah, man. Lawyers love these long, drawn out divorces, especially if you paying them by the hour, or you know, you have some type of a situation where you have them on payroll or something. They like these long, drawn out cases. They get paid. They get paid. They love these divorces, man. Lawyers have been eaten over the past 5 or 6 months. Lawyers have been eaten. Yo, you're live. What's going on?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. You know, it's me, Devon, calling straight out of the Bay Area once again. So glad that you decided to speak on this topic, because if it wasn't for you, I would have never known that Dr. Dre ultimately agreed to pay this to pay this temporary
Nicole, what
deal.
happened to the Detox album, since you know
man,
everything all of a
it really
sudden?
has me up in arms, because all it's doing is further proving that marriage has become more of a liability on men than just ever before. You know, Like I still can't believe that he has officially agreed to this.
Yeah. Temporarily, I guess that they're saying it's temporary, but temporary could be a month, 2 months, 3 months. You just never know in these situations. And he's not getting the best advice. He's just not. I don't think.
Oh no, I mean, how can he? You know, he's and yeah. You know, and listen. Speaking of that, his soon to be ex-wife. You know, she just sounds like the majority of women in the Western modern world. She, you know, she has this. I mean, she's really beyond delusional. She's one of those women that just thinks that as long as she keeps herself looking good, tight, and right, and extra light-skinned, even, she feels like as long as she does those things,
Mm-hmm.
she will always be provided for by some dude. Doesn't matter what his personality is.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what his spiritual beliefs are.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he has those resources to take care of her, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, we as men, we gotta fight back against that, or else we're gonna continue to lose. We're gonna get the short end of the stick,
Mm-hmm.
the shit stick, all the gears, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what in short, that's what I basically want to call in and pretty much say, you've been doing an excellent job on, you know, just being quick to report this kind of
Dr.
stuff.
Dre is falling prey to the modern woman,
You know,
trying to level
one
up.
day I could become
Tax
a
season is
moderator,
approaching.
one of the moderators.
If you are in
show,
need of
man, because I really
individual
do
or
like
business taxes, live stream
Oh, what's
sponsored
your
by
name? You be in my
Promos
chat?
Reliable. Refund on IG.
I was just in your chat a few seconds ago. I donated about $5, and then I also said that you know, we got to come together, or else
Okay. Yeah. Well, the thing with moderators, I have enough mods as is. Some of them don't even show up. So I have enough mods as is. So I mean, if I add some, I will. But it just got to be a supporter. That's all.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm cool with that too. Yeah, you know, just keep doing your thing, man, and stay up, stay red pill.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. You too.
All right.
All right, man. Shout out to the caller. Let's see. Yo, what's going on?
What's up, Jay? How you doing?
I'm good, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, it's the 25 kid. How you be, bro?
I'm good, bro. What's up?
Yeah, I'm a little upset. I'm a little upset with Dr. Dre because he's folding for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just really depressing that a woman you've been with for over 20 years is taking all your money and everything, and she doesn't really care. And I think this is a setup. This whole thing was a setup just to take him down. And it's soul crushing. So, you know, hopefully, I hope he has a backup plan, because this is just utterly crazy. And it just goes to show you that, you know, even when you get married, always have a backup plan and always have a backup account.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So in a way, I hope he's okay. He should fight this. He shouldn't give up.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Nicole needs to stay away, because what's she gonna do with the money? Is she gonna
It's like, what do you
make
need
a
all that
rap
money
career?
for? You're by yourself. The kids are grown. What do you need the money for?
Yeah, and if you look at it, he almost won.
Mm-hmm.
He kept telling her, "This is what you can have.
Mm-hmm.
Take it and go away. I don't need you." And the thing is, and I'm proud of Dre. He pulled a Yu-Gi-Oh trap card on Nicole and said, "Here, prenup, peace."
Right. Uh-huh.
And she playing dumb. So, you know, just to wrap things up, you know, Dre is from Compton. He's tougher than this. He can fight this. So, anyway, Jay, I appreciate you taking my call. You know, thank you for, you know, enlightening a young brother from New York who's 28 years old and learning about a lot of things. So, appreciate it. You know, I will continue to support you. So, that's it.
All right, man. I appreciate that, and shout out to you. All right.
Shout out to you, man.
All right, man. Peace. All right. Yo, you live. What's going on?
Yep. I had to say one more thing, man. Nicole playing around, man. Dre got Eminem. Eminem will put her in the trunk and take her ass for a ride. She keep bullshit. Think, you know what I'm saying? This man don't work too hard. Been through it with Suge Knight. What she think? He finna leave everything to her like he did Suge Knight? It ain't happening like that.
He got a bunch of kids he can leave it to first. He in line.
Right. And the thing is, this man has been through hell and back. She ain't had to endure all this heartache and all this crap that he went through. She just he's a cash cow to her now?
Basically.
Okay,
she his financial pinata, basically.
Basically, I think that's what she think he is. Like, okay, boom. I've been with him for this long. I know I was gonna divorce him anyway, but who knows what her brain was telling her. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you want all this man money. If you could get all of it,
if she could, she would. Yep, she would. She would.
It's something she got against that man. We don't know what it is. It's something really deep that she got against him so bad.
Yep.
You know? But at the end of the day, man, this man is an industry guy. Like, it ain't gonna happen like that. You know how many people would do something for that man right now? She playing a dangerous game. She needs to just take what the hell she want to get the hell on. Right. He don't got too much time to be telling you, hey, I'm gonna give you this, get the hell on. I don't want you no more. No, I want more, Dre. I pip slap the shit out you if I could, but all eyes on me right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. He'll beat the shit out of that motherfucker right now, but he can't do it.
No.
Not like I said, Eminem. Huh?
Not in this condition.
Yeah, like I said, Eminem will take her on a boat ride if she really want that. Keep playing. But yeah, that's all I had to say, G.
All right, man.
Jay.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man.
Yep.
All right, man. All that is alleged. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, what up, Jaden? What's up, Black?
Nothing much. What's going on?
Chilling, man. Yo, I'm like the rest of the family, man. I'm highly upset with Dr. Dre, man. For the simple fact that at the end of the day, when you think about it, other men from other races with that amount of wealth would die to the grave before they give it to somebody who basically tried to destroy them. And too many times our brothers, man, for whatever odd reason, I don't know if it's just a matriarchal being around them, they just bend. They continuously bend, and they don't even realize, like, it reminds me of Julius Caesar, right? Once you got so many enemies, and these women are just stabbing you, taking you discreetly, you got to fight for yourself, man, because when you think about it, Jada, Dre's a reflection of us. And if you don't stand up, most men are going to see that like, man, I'll just do what Dre did.
Yeah.
And that's the most dangerous thing that goes on where too many brothers are seeing men, black men especially, and you know how hard we work to get really, and they just fold to a woman who played the game for 24 years and said, you know what, I'm gonna snip you, you know what I'm saying, by your throat. So brothers, you know, take heed to this no matter what. Yeah, it costs money. It's part of the game. But I don't know any other race would let this joint slide.
No. Yeah. That's the thing. It is because Dre is a guy physically, he's in shape for his age. You would think that, you know, mentally he'd be able to deal with it, but a lot of times we just don't know what a person can take and what they're willing to take. Right. And a lot of times, a lot of these guys, they don't want to go through that much of a battle, you know?
No, you're right. And I think another thing, too, Black, is that a lot of brothers, when they accumulate that wealth, they tend to isolate themselves. Like, they don't got any still, like, you know, like any real homies, like, man, don't do that to yourself, man. You see what I'm saying? Because now when you got all that money, you're like, you know, we think everything's peaches and cream. Nah, sometimes it's just like, I always use Ty with Jay-Z. Ty ain't never left. Ty just, you know, even though you think Ty ain't an influence. Ty's like, no, that's my man. Jay-Z say that's my man too.
Mm-hmm.
So you always have that continuous conversation where they both can keep each other in check. Like, nah, fam, don't get out of control. Same thing with Solange. Fall back. Because now you know what I'm saying? You got that inner voice instead of you hearing your own voice. So you being sucked into that, that female demon. So that's all I got to say, Black.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, man. All right?
Appreciate you.
Oh, peace. All right. Yo, you live. What's going on?
What's going on? Hey, man. Bro, this topic, man, oh my goodness, bro. It never, like, when it comes to the modern woman, it never ceases to amaze me, the lengths that they go to. I mean, this society, I don't know if it's just the Western world, has created these baby dictators that will never be wrong. They will never take an L, and they're just, I don't even know if in the Bible it explains what we're seeing right now. It's incredible. It's just incredible that, and the thing about it is if you ask her, she probably feels that she's like completely in the right. Like, this man has built an empire on his likeness, on his name, but yet you feel like you are entitled to that.
Yeah.
You know what shot? Like, when Drake said you wasn't with me when I was shooting in the gym. Like, what shot did you make in this beat by Dre thing? Besides, what beat did you make?
None.
I guess vagina. Like the vag is like, like American society has made it so, I guess, so precious that just because you gave that, that entitles you to the world. It's just so egregious. Like, you married to this man for 20 years. All right, I can send you $20 million, but you want $2 million per month because of your lifestyle. You decided to get a divorce. At that time, you decided that you didn't want this lifestyle anymore.
Yeah.
That's common sense, right?
Yeah, not a continuation of it. That's just the delusion. It's very delusional, and it's unreasonable because you're not going to continue that lifestyle after the marriage. You're just not.
No, it's not even. Like, I read a book a long time ago. We won't see it yet. It was by Pimpin' Ken. He said, HOE with no instruction is headed for destruction. And you know what, Nicole, you're going to get exactly what you want. You escape, embezzlement and all that type of stuff. Let's just see how you ruin it for yourself. Thank you so much, bro.
All right, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take one more call. Yo, you live. What's going on?
Hey, man, what's up? Great stream.
Thanks, man.
Man, I just want to give another side of this, maybe a little balance, man.
Okay.
Man, half is the law, man. If you don't want to play, you don't have to, but that's the law.
Well, it's the law. She did sign a prenup, so I don't know if it matters in this situation. If there were no prenup.
No, she did sign a prenup. He did sign it, but he looked her in the eye and he tore it up.
That's what she said.
That was his life partner.
Okay, but no woman deserves half of no man's fortune. Now, let me ask you this: morally, do you think a woman is entitled to half of what a man worked hard for? Now, remember, he was famous before she met him.
No. He's only right. The same reason Holly Berry and so many women now are paying Jessica Simpson. I think that's her name, the white girl. She's paying all this money to Kevin, whatever his name was. So yeah, they're getting it the other way too. It's not a man-woman thing, but it's
she was paying child support. She was paying child support to him.
Okay, right, but depending on what you work. But I just wanted to point out something. Once she looked him in the eye, once he looked in the eye and said, "I'm tearing it up," and now she's saying, "Oh, I still got it." Well, guess what? He does have it. So her strategy and her lawyer's strategy is well, that's fine. We're going to extend this out, and they can extend this out for 6 or 7 years. We're gonna burn you on money. Life is going to happen to you. Maybe Apple stock's going to drop, and we're going to get you to a point where you're going to say, let's just end this. And the bad thing about this is while his lawyers are extending it out, or while her lawyers are extending it out to drain on the money, his lawyers are more than happy to let it go too.
Oh yeah,
because it's just going to get him.
The lawyers win. The lawyers win either way.
Right, and that's why this brother, I would go so far as to say the stress is from the lawyers and doing all this. But just one thing, I'm so upset. I don't want to monopolize your time or anything. But what I want to say is when she dropped that information about the mistresses, that didn't really hurt him. What hurt him is that was her first shot to let him know, I'm going to start dropping info. I'm going to drop this info out, which, let's be honest, it really don't hurt you. It don't hurt your reputation as a man. You're about to get divorced anyway.
Right.
But I'm going to drop this, and I'm going to put their names out there, and this is to let you know what I will continue to do, and you know I got some other information I need that you will not want out there. So, hey, man, great stream, man. I don't want to monopolize your time or anything. Take care.
All right, man. Appreciate the call, man.
Peace.
All right. Peace.
All right.
Yeah, man. Her lawyers are, even though I've criticized what her lawyers were actually doing, it seemed like they're doing their job, and they are going to links, and they're posting things, they're putting stuff out there, they're subpoenaing. Can't even say the word. These women to bring them all to court. And it's like, man, like they are really going to. Yeah, he meant Britney Spears. I knew what he meant, but a lot of times in the call, you're not gonna say the first name. He meant Britney Spears and Kevin Federline. Yeah, Britney was paying. She was paying child support. Kevin Federline got fat off child support. Literally, got big off child support. He was eating off of what she was paying him because he was taking care of them kids. This system is crazy, man. This system is absolutely crazy. Or subpoenaed those women. Y'all know I'm bad with words, man. Come on, man. All right, let's see. Hold on. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's here, man. Make sure that y'all like the stream. It's been a good show so far, man. If you haven't already, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And also, y'all can send me articles and videos to the email as well. It's on IG too. You can tag me on IG or send me DM messages of certain things that I need to see. This thing with Dr. Dre, this was very random. It was like a random situation. Yeah. Yeah. But at last, once again, I want y'all to understand that we are all responsible for the choices that we make. And I'm pretty sure that this divorce may end soon, maybe in his eyes. That's why he's doing
Pensive
this.
face. Hopefully fellas take this as a lesson. Prenups ain't got jack on a woman that wants your empire.
All right, fans, that is very correct. If a woman wants something from you, she's going to do whatever it takes to try to get at least half of it. You know, she had to re-strategize after finding out that he had that prenup. She had to re-strategize and refocus. And her strategy efforts was to less focus on presenting him in this light. Let's go after the women he was with. Let's talk about how he was abusive. Like everything under the sun.
Well, what I learned going into my 30s is this. Don't save her, she don't want to be saved. LMAO.
Right. Little like, don't save her, she don't want to be saved. You can't save somebody that don't want to be saved, man. Y'all out here trying to save these people. Some of these people just don't want to be saved whatsoever. And I'm not going to be out here trying to save them. Let's see. That's why I you know what's funny? I have people tell me, Jaye, you go in on the women. I had a female tell me this recently. You be going in on the women, like of course. Like,
Late fee.
Thanks, Nana. If I don't be harshly critical of their behavior when they are the ones who are being boosted up in society, when they are the ones who are given way more opportunities than anybody else, when a lot of these women are single mothers, Yo, what's going on?
Hey, Jay the Black, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. What's up with you?
I'm good. I first want to say, great topic. The live stream is lit.
Thanks.
And I appreciate your content, brother. But I just wanted to just be real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Dre, I feel bad for him, but he kind of put it on himself. These women, they will expose you by the drop of the dime, man. And I think he got too comfortable getting back with her during the time that they was actually initiating their divorce.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a woman is like a spawn, man. They just suck up everything from you. Literally a succubus, man. Shit is sad.
Uh-huh. Well, she must have been, I honestly believe that it could have been a situation where her lawyers may put stuff out there. She was going back and forth, kind of playing both sides a bit, to the point to where he just said, you know what, man, she's my wife. She's been there for me all these years. Let me go ahead and give her this $2 million. I truly think that she kind of was playing the middle a little bit in the situation. And that's why he felt comfortable to do this, because he was defensive a lot in the things that he said in the media.
Agreed. It's just so sad that, you see these celebrities, especially in 2020, now going into 2021, that divorce is like the hot topic of the century.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. It's like, it makes you kind of feel like marriage is actually pointless. If you do find someone, I just feel like I just have to have a mutual understanding and don't go into the, the marriage contractual system, because it's just a scam for men.
Mm-hmm.
It just messes us up in the long run, Jay. You've been preaching this for a long time now.
Yeah. Nowadays, marriage now. Especially now. Again, I preface this by saying, men with money and resources, something to lose. You got a lot of these guys. They get married, they ain't got nothing to lose. But I'm talking about men who have something to lose. They go into it. They have all this that they have created and built, and they get with this woman who's with them because of what they have built. A lot of times, getting married in those situations, is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? Some guys, they'll do it anyway because they think they know better. You ain't no telling them differently.
Trifling women, man. It's sad. Like one caller called in earlier and said she's just doing her best to try to manipulate the situation, keep herself looking tight. And I already think she already has something on the side, just preparing for her. While she getting out of the divorce. So these women monkey brains. So it's not like she don't have anything under her sleeve, whether it's a man, woman, or both.
Mm-hmm.
But Jay, I'm not going to hold up your time, brother. Beautiful live stream. You're going in, So thank you, bro.
All right, man. No problem, man. Appreciate the call, though. All right. Take care.
All right, brother.
All right. Somebody said in the chat she's a lawyer. Then that lets you know she understands there's certain things that she can do legally, and she's been doing it. But with the aid of leaking things to social media. You know what I'm saying? No, that was, I believe he was outside. I think the caller sounded like he was outside. I don't think he was in the home. I could be wrong. Sounded like he was near some traffic. But if she's a lawyer, then it would explain the strategy. Lawyers know, they know how to, they know how to twist things and bend things and, put stuff out there, and they know how to, you gotta be careful. But I do think that y'all should go back and look at, what do they call it, behind, I think it was I don't know if it was Behind the Music interview he did years ago. I used to watch the show all the time, Behind the Music. He did an interview. Go listen to why he married her. And that will tell you everything you need to know about this marriage. Listen, man, marry women for the right reasons, man. Because what's going to happen is eventually, man, you're going to come face to face with your creation. But in this situation, I don't support what she's doing. I don't support these dirty tactics. You're not getting half. So you go this whole, scorned woman campaign to take what is his. I just don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all, man. I really don't. I don't think that's right. This guy's in a hospital bed, but you're sending paperwork for him to sign to send back to your team. What kind of shit is that? Now, again, we could all learn that, Dr. Dre wanted this. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt he wanted to be in a hospital bed signing over a $2 million payment to his greedy ex-wife. Like, you're getting almost $300,000 a month. What are you doing with that money? I'm telling you, man, I think this chick is trekking off money and cars and Air Jordan tennis shoes. She should be taking that money and investing in her own brand, her own company. Maybe that's what she's going to do. I don't know. Maybe maybe there's some things down the pipe that she's looking to get into. I just doubt that. I'm very doubtful of that. Helfer, go and take your money and move on with your life. How are you going to move on with your life if you going back to the ex? And that's the problem I have with a lot of these divorces. You got women who done divorced the husband, but they keep going back to him, even though they done moved on to another guy who makes far less than the husband did. You realize this, so you go back to the husband, because A-Rod's wife did that. She in a whole nother relationship with a guy having his baby, but going back to Alice Rodriguez. I don't know if it was for more money, or I think A-Rod was trying to pay less child support. And she like, oh no, you need to continue to pay that high ass child support. Even though she done moved on with a new guy, she's like, you need to continue to pay all this. As a matter of fact, you need to pay more. Even though they done moved on. Yeah, they still using these guys' names, like Nicole Murphy. But I will say this, though. Nicole Murphy, she left. She did not. It wasn't messy. She just left. So I guess Eddie let her keep his name. But a lot of these women want to keep the last name, but they want to have these drawn out, messy divorces. I will say this too about Michael Jordan's divorce. Michael Jordan knew he had the potential to make a lot of money down the road. He did pay his ex with over 100 million, 150 million or something. She went away. You didn't hear from her ever again. And Michael Jordan went on to make even more money. He knew but he didn't give her half. That's the one thing he did not do. Even Tiger Woods, he called out here cheating. He didn't even give her half. He gave her 100 million, and guess what? She went away. Maybe that's what Dre's gonna have to do. Maybe you got to say, you know what, here's 100 mil, go away. But I don't think she wants 100 million. I think this woman wants 5. She wants 500 and his name. Gary, I'm not missing no point. Dr. Dre said in his Instagram post he's gonna be fine. You don't sign paperwork under duress at all. And it wasn't a will. It was an agreement to pay her monthly support. Ain't got nothing to do with a will. He said he was alright, which means he knew he was putting pen to paper, Gary. Wrong answer from you. If I was Dre, I would say, you know, I signed this under duress. Because she's going to use this as a way to squeezing more money out of him. She wants his name and she wants half. That is complete. And I believe she also wants, what she wants, stock in his company. That is completely unreasonable. Completely unreasonable. He said you can see the greed all over her strong face. Yes, you can. She has a very strong look of greed about her face. Yes, she does. And that's why Dre is stressing, because he knows that this woman knows him, and well, not everything, but she knows things about him that the public doesn't know. She knows certain things, you know, she knows certain financial moves. Like, I'm pretty sure she's clued in on a lot of things, and she's going to use it against him, and he knows this. And that stress is unbearable. I'm assuming it's very unbearable. And y'all got to understand, this time of the year, for some guys, is a very stressful time of the year. And you compound that, it's a new year, new opportunities. You know, you're a businessman. You're looking towards different ventures. We don't know how his financial situation is. We don't know how everything financially is going for him. So a lot of that and things, you know, with his kids, like there's a lot going on with Dr. Dre. But yeah, there's a very strong look of greed coming from this person. But I just don't understand why you can't just come to the table and say, you know what, you give me this, then we could be done. But this is a woman who clearly wants to not only get money from him, she wants to control him. She wants to be a part of his life. She wants to own the Dr. Dre name. She wants say so, and it's like a control issue with her, you know? It's almost like she wants to control his identity. Oh, the prenup is still there. The prenup is still there. The prenup is still there. It ain't went nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. But when you're in a vulnerable situation like he is, man, honestly, if I had a good attorney or good attorneys, I'm pretty sure he has a whole legal team. I'm like, listen, man, I'm not signing nothing while I'm in this hospital. We can talk once I'm home and once I'm, good to go, then we can talk. I'm not about to sign no paperwork laying up in this hospital bed unless it's a will to my children. Other than that, I'm not signing anything. Unless it's a will that I'm going to be editing, unless it's a situation of dire situation. Giving this woman $2 million is not a dire situation. It ain't. Which lets me know he knew he'd be all right. So why are your lawyers allowing you to sign this? Because it's going to be used against you. It's going to be used against you. Yes, it is. Because then she can go to court and say, see, I should get $2 million. Look at what he signed. I should be getting $2 million from here on out every month until this divorce is finalized. And what the judge gonna say when they see you done signed the paperwork? They gonna look at you, look at your lawyer, and they gonna shake their head. And they're gonna be like, fine. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure that y'all like the stream, man. These are crazy times we're in. These are crazy times we're in. And a lot of us men, we got to be careful because they are pushing us to levels of stress that we have never really been to. And we have to fix that. We have to fix that. Let me put this article back on. Here so y'all can see it. All right, hold up. This is what Dre has been fighting against, and temporarily, he's going to have to pay that to this woman that just won't go away. This system is... And again, I know people are going to say, well, these people are rich, who cares? Okay, whatever. This guy has a brain aneurysm. Yeah, that's totally normal. That's normal to have a brain aneurysm for a healthy 55-year-old. Well, I'm assuming we're healthy, you know? And this guy is signing paperwork while he's in a hospital bed. Stressing somebody. And you know what's crazy? Women who've been with us for a long time, they know what gets us stressed, right? They know what bothers us. That's why when we get into arguments with our significant other, now I'm not saying this happens a lot, but they're going to throw certain things back in your face that they know is going to bother you. Because they around you all the time. They know what affects you. They know how you feel about certain things or certain people. And they will use it against you because they know you. They know what gets you upset. They know what pisses you off. Right? And they use it against you. They just wait for the right moment. And they just use it against you. Let me, if I can, no, I gotta go here. I'm gonna go to Dre's Instagram. Let's travel over there. Shout out to Gia Sophia. Appreciate that. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. Dalsylvia. Miss Dalsylvia. Appreciate that. All right. But this was on Dre's Instagram. All right. This is a day ago where he talked about how he's still in the hospital, but he will be out of the hospital soon. So soon could be today. Soon could be tomorrow. It could be Saturday. We don't know. But as of right now, I believe he's still in the hospital. Yeah. I believe he's still there. But the prenup matters because this is why she's going scorched earth with him. But like I was saying with women in stress, it ain't just the win-win relationships with. It could be female. It could be your sister. It could be your female cousin, your aunts, maybe even your mama say certain things to you to trigger you. Women that we have dealt with for a long time, they know how to trigger us. And especially if it's your wife or ex-wife, she will definitely know how to trigger you and get you to act out in crazy ways, right? And we just have to be mindful of that. Because, black men in stress, it's not a good combination. It's not a good combination. We got to take care of ourselves, man. We absolutely do. We absolutely do need to take care of ourselves. But it's difficult when you're going through a divorce to take care of yourself. I will say that. Because you're basically having to be defensive towards what your ex, who wants something from you, is saying and doing. And she's going to do whatever it takes to trigger you, to be stressed to the point to where you go to your lawyers and you say, I want this over. What can I do to make this go away? And her lawyer is going to be like, well, we are asking for half. And we are asking to ownership rights of the name Dr. Dre. And also an ownership stake in your business. That's where we at with it. That's where we at with it. Now, let me say this too. Because, hold on. Oh, I'm going to say. I know some of you are going to bring up the fact of who he's with. And I told y'all to actually go look up an interview when he spoke about his wife, when he was behind the music, and why he was with her. Once again, a lot of you black men marry women for the right reasons. Okay? Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think he married her for the right reasons. And that's from what he said and why he married his wife. So you ain't got to take my word for it. You can go listen to himself and ask why he chose who he was with. But that doesn't mean that he should deserve what she's putting him through. All because of her greed. It's just like when I see these black women fail time after time after time when they're dating out. Lenny Kravitz's daughter just divorced her Brad. After 18 months. After all the praise that she's gotten, her and some of the other ones. And it still couldn't work. So again, why are you marrying the people that you're marrying? Are you marrying them for the right reasons? Or are you with them because of how they look? We have to ask ourselves these questions. Marry people or be in a relationship with people for the right reasons, and you can avoid these problems. Maybe. But Dre and his wife were together for a long time. They were together for since the mid-90s.
Dr. Dre should have been nice to Michelle.
It's my Michelle, eh? Listen, man, I'm not even going to get into that. They done made a movie out of that. Everybody's spoken about that. That was not a good time period in Dre's life. And I'm just going to say that. But again, has there been any documented reports of him abusing his wife? That will be no. Not saying that Dre is an angel. I'm not saying that Dre is a great human being. He could be. But again, this guy has done things and made mistakes just like anybody else. I'm not going to hold that against him. That was years. I'm not going to hold that against him. This guy married one woman and stayed with her up until last year? So I can't hold that against him. You know? I know the article said a one-time payment, but you got to understand temporary support means that she could actually look to use that to getting more support. She wanted that $2 million. That was one thing she wanted. Now what she really wants long term is that $2 million per month. Dre did not have to give her $2 million because Dre was already giving her almost $300,000 a month. So on top of the $300,000 a month he's already given her, he did write her a check for $2 million, which would cover, I believe, this month. But again, after this month, she could seek to get this extended, which is why he should have never signed the paperwork. You got to understand the optics. Things like this can be used in court. He's already given this woman $300,000 a month almost, and he's writing a $2 million check on top of that to cover this month. The $2 million payment lasts until April. So she very well could be getting this for the next couple of months. That's why I say, listen, man, he may have to go to the negotiating table and give her either like a Michael Jordan type deal with his wife, if she accepts it, which was like what, $150 million to go away. Tiger Woods paid his wife $100 million to go away, and she went away. You don't hear nothing about her. She just went completely away. She wanted nothing to do with the media and being in the spotlight. Nothing like. She just went away. I don't think that Nicole is gonna go away. Nicole wants half of everything. She wants his name. She ain't going away. Yeah, he's still giving her the $300,000 monthly, and then writing a check for $2 million for this month, which could extend. Because I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna look into it, but I believe this could still extend well into the next couple of months. And he signed the paperwork. I mean, what else can I say? Like, seriously, what else can I say? You know, what else can I say? He may have to pay her to listen. It's gonna be up because you could tell her lawyers are giving her that they want to go full on. I don't know who her lawyers are, but they're trying to go full on. We can get half. We can get half. You know, instead of her just taking a nice sum and going away forever, she really is out here trying to just win. Like she's trying to prove a point. It's almost as if Dre told her she wasn't getting shit, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we gonna see." So to her, she's taking this personal, and she's trying to win. And I think Dre understands that now, that she's willing to do whatever it takes to win. It ain't about just getting paid to go away. She wants to prove a point. She wants to be able to brag about how she was able to finesse this guy. You know? Yeah, the lawyers are manipulating her because the lawyers are looking at them. They're looking at their own pockets. And all this money is coming from Dre, basically. And they sense blood in the waters with this brain aneurysm by Dr. Dre. They are like sharks in water sensing blood. Yeah, Dre is not getting very good advice. And you can tell it shows. It shows that he's just not getting very good advice. It shows. It shows. And he signed the paperwork, and it's gonna ultimately be used against him, unfortunately.
He stayed with her that long to avoid all this crap. Now he's suffering and no one knows his actually health status, and he's making Lil Wayne moves, buying out contracts before his time comes.
Well, yeah, Prince. Appreciate that. I think he might have known this was coming. Again, men don't get divorces, especially rich men. Rich men don't like to get divorces. It's usually the woman wanting out of that marriage. Men, when a man, for the most part, not all the time, but for the most part, when a man gets married, he's in it for the long haul. He's not looking for an exit. He stayed as long as he was going to stay. But then they begin to live apart, and she said, you know what? I've been with him long enough. I'm going to get a nice deal. And also, he tore up the prenup. So we looking at half. And the one thing that she didn't think about was the fact that he still had that prenup. And that's why we are where we're at now. Because I'm pretty sure they've been sending information to Dre saying, listen, we have all this information about you, and we're going to leak it one by one. Like, how long do you want to do this? How long do you want to extend this out? That could drive any man crazy. That you have to worry about what's going to be leaked the next day. What information, what financial information, what personal information that you don't want out. Because I believe Dr. Dre is a very private person. And when you are a private person, the one thing that you don't like is a bunch of scrutiny on your personal life. And she knows this. She knows this. I disagree. Stayed with her because he loved her. Maybe he did love her. I mean, of course he's gonna love her. She's the mother of his children. Why would he not love her? Why would that? You know, why would he not feel some sense of love towards her? I mean, of course he will. I mean, this wasn't this ain't like these modern relationships that only last for like 2 months. You know, they last for a couple of months, but once, you know, they get bored of each other, they break up with each other, and they're dissing each other, and they exposing each other after a 2-3 month relationship. That's not what this was. That's not what this was. These people know pretty much anything about each other. And you notice he hasn't released any dirt about her because he understands how it's going to look. Because again, Dr. Dre is a businessman. He's in the business world, you know? And he don't want to be looked upon as the bad guy when it comes to being a businessman in corporate America. So he is not, I know he got dirt on Nicole. But once again, Nicole knows he's not going to say nothing like that. She knows this. So if I'm somebody that knows Dre personally, I would say, listen, man, you need to get on your lawyers, tell them to do their job, man. Find a way for her to not be leaking any information about you. Don't sign any paperwork while you're in a hospital bed, okay? You figure out how to close this divorce once and for all. We strategize on that instead of just her running rampant and then dropping information and making accusations. And I have to go out there myself and respond when I shouldn't. But that's the situation he has himself into. He has himself in a situation when he really doesn't want to be in that situation. And now, again, I'm going to say this. This was a marriage that occurred in the 90s, okay? We can't say that, well, Dre should have known better. You know, look at all these other pricey divorces. We can't really say that in this situation. But what we can say is you need better legal representation, because it seems to me that both of the legal teams must work for the same company. or the same firm. They must work for the same firm because, I mean, the way she has been going at Dre in the media so freely, just dropping information left and right, trying to get your mistresses brought to court. I mean, like, come on, man. But again, he's in the corporate world. And the one thing these corporate companies, they don't want to do business with messy people or people they perceive to be messy. They perceive to be guilty of being abusers or assaulters. Y'all know how it goes in the media with the whole Me Too and all this. They're not going to want to connect themselves with you. So he's trying to play it safe because he realizes that, he could potentially lose future money if he starts mudslinging. No, Camilla, she ain't thinking about the kids at all. She thinking about herself. It's her happiness matters, and her happiness is taking this guy to the cleaners. That's what's gonna make her happy. Is taking this guy to the cleaners. But she sees an opening now, man. And for Dre's sake, this thing ends soon. This divorce ends soon for his sake. Because it's only going to get worse. Because now they sense weakness. Now they have an opening. She was able to get this $2 million. She's going to want more. She's going to want to make this permanent to where he's paying her $2 million per month, on top of what she's already getting paid. Over almost $300,000. They see an opening now, man, and they're gonna go full steam ahead, man. Because listen, I wouldn't have gave her anything unless she agreed to sign paperwork of, from my team that she would not disparage me in the media anymore, and that I would no longer have to pay her that $200,000 a month or $300,000 a month almost. But it didn't. I don't. From my understanding, I don't see anything where his team sent anything to her team. This could be a situation that happens all over again. All right. I don't think Dre has too many people in his corner right now. If you look at it, his wife was planning for this. You could tell she got all these, receipts, everything, and she's looking to get half. She's not going to be satisfied till she gets half, unfortunately. And with him signing this paperwork like this, they know that it's going to be easier to get him to the negotiating table and to get what they want. But again, this guy, he's in the corporate world more than anything, man. And again, he's not trying to lose out on future money. That's why he's withholding any information. I'm pretty sure he has a lot of dirt on her too, but he's not putting it out because he doesn't want to be looked upon as the bad guy, because he doesn't think people want to do business with him. But she's been playing this for, I believe, a long time, because she is, like I said, she's a lawyer, right? Well, Gary, you can go somewhere else if you don't like this one-sided convo. I allow people to call in and share their opinions. If you're afraid to share yours, it's not my fault, bro. I mean, you're still in my chat room voicing yours. You know, I've allowed people to disagree with me and they're still be in my chat room. They have not been timed out once but now I will say this though, if you get disrespectful, yeah, you will be treated differently. You will be treated a lot differently. So I've allowed people to disagree with my chat. But I'm not about to sit here and say, well, this side, and this side. I'm giving you my thoughts on this in a very concise and very logical manner. That's what this world is missing, is logic. That's what a lot of people are missing these days. That's why they're running around like psychos. Because we don't have any logic these days. People are losing their minds. But my position on this is right. Have y'all checked out the other videos I made about Dr. Dre? This isn't my first time talking about him. This looks bad more on her than him because she's the one doing the mudslinging, not him. So how am I going to sit here and look and side with her when she's doing the mudslinging, bringing up the mistresses, all right, trying to own his name, Dr. Dre? Sending this guy paperwork while he's laying in a hospital bed from having a brain aneurysm. And you want me to side with her? Are you crazy? Side with her for what? She's a greedy ass woman. What you want me to side with her for? What side of that do you want me to have? I don't understand what side of that you want me to have, man. What am I not seeing? Oh, yeah, the claiming he put hands on her, which went away, which we haven't seen anymore. She ain't talked about that no more, but she talking about that Apple stock. Appreciate that, Shy.
Gary in the chat has broken wristed energy tears of joy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I'm trying to figure out what am I missing? What am I missing from her side? What from her side am I not getting? One-sided. Like, come on, man. Not a lot of people have good things to say about her, but you want me to look at her side of things? When most people, most logically thinking people, are saying that this woman is clearly bitter and clearly greedy. Like, what side of that do you want me to see? No, she wasn't expecting a prenup. Are you part of her legal team, Gary? Are you part of Nicole Young's legal team? Listen, you ain't gotta convince me of shit. I'm looking at what was out there, and what's going on, and what her team is putting out there. I'm looking at what her team is putting out there. That's what I'm looking at. All right. Salute to everybody that's here. I think that's it. Make sure y'all follow me, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, to keep up with me notification-wise. You know. Shout out to everybody that's been here supporting. Much appreciation to you. Make sure y'all go and check out the video I did last night. Well, not last night. It was 2 days ago, I believe. 2 days ago. About this whole thing with Dr. Dre before the world went crazy. All right. Shout out to the moderators and the members. If you want to join the channel, click that join button to join the channel so to be a part of the Chat Elite. And yeah, you know.
It's not a race thing. Look at Nas and Emmitt Smith.
No, divorce is never just a race thing. I've spoken about people from different, ethnic groups having issues as far as divorce is concerned. So no, it's not. It's not. I would say I don't think it's a race thing in regards to that. All right. Okay, people. That's it for me. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Y'all take care. And yeah, y'all have a good one. All right.